I will show you how to set up the TecPoint mobile app. You can download it from the Google Play Store, or if you have one of those Sunme devices with the printer, you can also just open the Sunme App Store and it will probably show up on the front page. But you can find it there by typing in TecPoint in the Sunme App Store as well. On the left side, you'll see the web app. And on the right side, there's a picture of my screen on my phone where the app is just installed, ready to set up. To set up, we go to Settings, Stations, Pair Station, and then we type in a name for the station. And that's all you need, except if you want to be able to do offline sales, then check this box. This box won't be enabled on your system by default. You first have to enable it in the settings if you want to even be able to do offline sales. And that means the device will be generating its own invoice numbers. This prefix for this station should be 2. So the invoice numbers will start with 2 dash, and then it'll have its own range of numbers that it will save with. Generate pairing code. At this point, I can either scan it with my camera or enter it in manually. I will just open it. You'll see I'm opening the camera on my phone, and then as soon as I point it to the barcode, then it automatically logs in. It downloads the app. It does everything for me, but then I need to log in. This is somewhat of a separate login because you can set it to expire if you want or to remain logged in. But for now, we'll just leave that as is. The next thing you need to do is on the mobile app in the POS configuration, it'll be working on syncing by itself. We did not disable the sync, so we just need to wait a little bit or click sync now and it'll sync what we need in order to do offline sales. But to be able to make invoices offline with your own invoice number, you need to say that this is the device with the authority for the 2 prefix. So if I click claim authority here, it says this device can now create offline documents. If I try this on another device with the same station or prefix number, then it'll be an issue. This is why you only should do it with the same prefix on one device. So this device is the invoice number authority for this station. If I now go and find the device that I just created, which is number 60 here, you can see that the next invoice number will be 1000, and it also uses the store number. So the invoice number will be 2-1 for store 1, and then 1000 will be the next invoice number. Let's see if we are already set up. How about if we click sync now? It doesn't take long. It would do it by itself eventually, but you can also just do it manually. Now everything is set up. We can start doing sales. I click customer at the top to enter a customer. And then to add a product, we just add the plus. We click the plus, type in something or scroll down. And you can see if you have them on hand and what is the price and so on. So I add the products that I want. I go back. From this screen, there's a few ways that you can modify things. The plus and minus, you can see them. Tap on the number, the 2, and it opens a screen to type in a number if you want a different quantity, or you can type in a comment under that product if you want. You can remove a product by long pressing, and then there's a menu at the bottom. Or instead of long pressing, you can also swap to the right swipe to the right, it opens the same bottom menu. Or if you want to remove it, you can swipe to the left and it removes that product. So you can do the same thing with the bottom menu. There's a remove as well, and so on. So now if we want to finish this sale, click save at the bottom. And then in this screen, all you need to do is enter how it is paid. If it's paid with cash on account, credit card, bank, can add those tenders. Let's say they paid with $250 cash. It goes in there, and then it shows we have $17 change, complete sale. If we had a printer, we could print it and make that the default to always print, or we just leave it on save only. We save and it says this is 2-11. I actually need to check why it is 2-11 because I thought the first invoice number was 1000. So that's something I need to check, but it works. We can go to cash report and see that we should have $232 cash in our system now. And that's also where we close it at the end of the day. You tap the cash, you enter. Float is only if you want to leave cash in your drawer or and so on, change or something that you're keeping for tomorrow for the next batch. But if you do not keep any cash, you give it all into the safe or whatever, then you just enter the numbers in the deposit fields and then it will show not short anymore once you have entered the correct amount. So in this case, I'll just enter the exact numbers. You can also add all the denominations if you want to specify 50s, hundreds, and 25 cents, and so on. And then when we're done, the number is 0, which is good. Save and close batch. And then that batch is completed. We can print it if we want, or we can just start a new sale. By this time, it was created offline, but it automatically synchronizes when you're on the internet. So by this time, I should be able to see it here, that here is our sale that we just did. And that is how you set up the mobile app on Android.